everyone, welcome to the vid. October, what a month it was. It was super busy and super productive. I went to Corfu, an island off the coast of Albania, a Greek island, for a week's holiday with the family. And I spent a lot of time, of course, making stock photos and videos there. And I uploaded about 24 videos so far to Wirestock. A lot of them are typical tourist videos of like panoramic shots and panning shots of beautiful bays and resort areas. And I also took some photos and videos of things that are distinctive to the island, such as the pomegranate trees, the olive trees and the kumquat trees, as well as just nice images of the hundreds and thousands of stray cats that live on the island, which is probably always topical for some kind of news report. I also created a mega review of a Canon super zoom lens, the 24 to 240 millimeter, which you can see on my channel. The link will be in the description. I actually filmed that before I went on holidays, but didn't have time to edit it until I came back. So that was a mega project. But I'm still uploading the photos and videos from my outings with that camera to Amsterdam and around The Hague. But October was a very productive month for me. Stock photography and videography profits-wise, it was pretty average. But let's get into it and I'll tell you all about it. So let's get started with Wirestock. I've got 37 videos uploaded to that agency and 103 images. I just uploaded another 40 or so mobile phone images this week. And I'm going to also upload probably 100 to 150 images that I took with my stills camera as well. So I had one sale on Wirestock for October, and that was a photo that I took in the port of Rotterdam, I think it was last month, of the industrial harbour with a lot of oil tanks. And that photo sold for $3.87. I took that photo while I was making the video, is stock photography cost effective? And what I did was I went on an editorial shoot to the port and I costed every stage of the shoot, and in total the shoot cost me 20 euros, including fuel to get there and snacks and ferry fares. So far I've taken $3.87 off that total, and I know that I've sold another couple of photos from that shoot as well, so it's slowly paying for itself. So a bit of movement on Wirestock, and I have a feeling when I upload more videos and photos, those sales will start rolling in. On Getty iStock this month, well, for the month of September, because they're always a month behind when reporting their sales, I've got 1,293 images on my portfolio for Getty iStock and 62 videos. And it was a pretty average month, well not average, below average month for Getty iStock. And I only had 17 downloads and I made $7.79, and there weren't really any highlights. Okay, now to Adobe Stock, and I've got just over 1,000 images on Adobe Stock and 43 videos, and I made 20 downloads, or I had 20 downloads for October. Some of the highlights were a photo of a fox that I took at the Hoek van Holland, where I also sold that photo of the port of Rotterdam, the industrial harbour, and that fox sold for $3.30. I took a commercial photo of a Tesla charging, and that was actually taken with the Canon RP and the Canon RF super lens, or super zoom lens, the 24mm to 240mm, and that sold for $1.54. And another highlight was when I was in Australia a few years ago, and my mum cooked, it was around Christmas time, my mum cooked a lemon chicken baked dinner, and she took it out of the oven, and I thought it looked so good I have to take a photo of that. And the photo that I took sold for $3.30. In total for Adobe Stock, I made $23.81 for October. Okay, now for Dreamstime. I had 12 downloads for that agency in October, and my portfolio is roughly 2,232 files, which is, I'd say, 95% images and the rest is video. There were a couple of highlights, but it wasn't an outstanding month for Dreamstime. One highlight was I took a lot of, or I sold quite a few photos of VW Combi vans that I took, must have been 3 to 4 years ago during a air-cooled outdoor exhibition for VW vehicles. And so I took a lot of those, but they were only sold for 35 cents each. Another highlight, I suppose, was I visited the harbour of Scheveningen when the tall ships were in the harbour. And from that series of photos I took, I sold 3 on Dreamstime last month. But they were also for 35 cents each. In total I made $4.20 for Dreamstime in October. With Alami and Pond 5, it was a real downer of a month for October, and I didn't sell any assets on those agencies. It's just started raining. I'm going to have to go indoors for the rest of this shoot. If anything in this video is helpful or interesting to you, feel free to give it a like. And if you haven't already, also feel free to subscribe or tickle that notification bell, and that will let you know when my latest videos have come up. They're a bit infrequent lately, so sometimes I think my videos get missed by my subscribers, so don't forget to tickle that notification bell. Anyway, back into Shutterstock, and I've got 22 or a bit over 2,200 images for Shutterstock and 134 videos. And in October I sold 3 videos. One was taken with my iPhone 4 a few years ago, and that's of the northern gannet trapped in plastic, and for that one I sold it for $15.79. And another one was what I was really pleased about. I took it with my iPhone SE 2020 at 4K 60p, and we were in the south of the Netherlands on a really hot day, and we were at a table where there was some food left over, and swarms of bees and wasps came onto the table, and they were just hovering all over the food and the plates. And I'm happy to say that that 4K video sold for $16.75. And the third video is more of a low light, but it was interesting that it sold. Every October and November you have the rutting season of fallow deer and red deer in the Netherlands and in Europe. A few years ago I took my Panasonic FZ300 video camera, which has a 24mm to 600mm zoom lens, and I thought I would get some videos of these fallow deer as they're rutting. And unfortunately I didn't get the fallow deer as they're fighting each other, but I did get them when they were posturing against each other and kind of following each other aggressively. And one of these videos that I took actually sold. I haven't sold any of those videos before, I think, in the years that have passed, and that video sold for $2.63, which was not too impressive, but it was interesting that people wanted imagery of it. And now on to the highlights regarding photos. I sold one single photo of my usual daffodils image, and that's of a low shot with the daffodils kind of prominent in the picture and the blue sky and clouds in the background, and that single image sold for $4.08. And another highlight was a photo that I took during the video how to take multiple photos of a single subject, or how to sell multiple photos of a single subject. And I went to the beach one evening and photographed a wind turbine barge that was off the coast of The Hague during sunset with a beautiful orange sky background. And that photo sold for $2.63. And another on-demand photo was an editorial image of a cyclist riding towards the skyline of The Hague. You don't really see the cyclist's face, so I was happy to use that as an editorial image. And also the main subject of the photo was the skyline of The Hague. That photo sold for $3.40. In total for the month of October for Shutterstock, I made $53.05. And I was so excited to tell you how much I had made with Shutterstock for October that I forgot to tell you how much I made in total from stock photography and videography for the month of October. And that will appear now. It was a pretty quiet month for selling micro stock for me in October. It probably would have been more successful if I was interested in photographing the holidays, as the Americans call it, or these festival events such as Halloween, and also coming up to Christmas. That's in the timeline as well. But I'm really not interested in photographing those subjects, and I only do it if I come across that something that I think looks interesting. But I don't deliberately do photo shoots regarding these seasonal events such as Christmas and Halloween. Well, I'm going to spend the rest of this week uploading all my travel photos of Corfu, and I'm also going to upload the rest of my photos that I made during the review of the Canon Super Zoom, the 24 to 240mm RF lens, which was on the Canon RP body, a mirrorless camera. So wish me luck. Let me know how you guys went for October. I'm always interested to know if you had any surprising sales, or if it was quiet like mine, or if you had a really bumper month. Anyway, I'll look forward to hearing and seeing those comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.